I moved into a cheap apartment last year after struggling to keep up with rent. I took whatever I could afford. The building was old, the walls thin, and the hallways always smelled like dust and something metallic. But it was quiet, and quiet was all I needed. Across from me lived a man in Unit 204, middle-aged, pale, always wearing the same gray hoodie. We never really talked. He always kept his head low, moved fast, and locked his door like someone was chasing him. But every night, around 2:40 a.m., he would start dragging something across his floor. Slow, heavy, rhythmic. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Then a loud thud. Then silence. At first, I thought he was moving furniture, but nobody moves the same piece of furniture every single night. One night, it got so loud I banged on the wall. The dragging stopped, and then someone knocked on my door. 3 slow knocks. I froze, looked through the peephole. No one was there. The next morning, I asked the landlord if everything was okay with 204. He looked at me confused. 204. That unit's been empty since October. I told him that was impossible. I saw the tenant every week. He shook his head and said, "That man passed away in October, locked himself inside." They found him 3 weeks later. My stomach dropped. I told him exactly what I'd been hearing every night. His face went wide. "You sure you're not making this up?" "No," I said. "You can come listen tonight if you want." So the landlord came to my unit at 2:30 a.m. We waited. 2:30 a.m., nothing. 2:41 a.m., nothing. 2:43 a.m. Scrub, scrub, scrub. The landlord's eyes widened. "That's coming from inside 204. He unlocked the unit slowly. When the door opened, a wave of cold air rushed into the hallway. The entire apartment was empty, completely stripped. Bare concrete floor, but the concrete had deep grooves carved into it. Long, straight lines crossing the entire living room, as if something heavy had been dragged over the ground again, and again, and again. Then we saw the marks on the far wall. 4 faint scratches, 4 long lines, running straight down, like someone digging their nails into the concrete with everything they had. The landlord backed out, shaken. He locked the unit and said he'd handle it in the morning. I never saw him enter that apartment again. The dragging hasn't stopped. Every night at the same time. But last night, it changed. No dragging, just footsteps. Slow, heavy, and getting closer to my door. When I looked through the peephole, I didn't see a person, just a gray hoodie, facing my door, breathing slow, and a pale hand reaching up, covering the peephole from the inside.